Have you ever found yourself trapped in a labyrinth of thoughts, unable to break free? Welcome to the realm of overthinking. Overthinking is like quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. It's an all-too-familiar trap that ensnares many of us. At first, it seems harmless, perhaps even productive. We believe that by turning a problem over and over in our minds, we can find a solution. But before we know it, we're stuck in a cycle of excessive thinking, unable to move forward. This is not a solitary issue. Millions around the globe grapple with the same challenge. They find themselves caught in a storm of thoughts, their minds whirring like an overworked engine. And it's not just about fretting over the big decisions. Overthinking can creep into the smallest corners of our lives, from replaying awkward conversations to worrying about future events that may never happen. And what does this do to us? It wreaks havoc on our mental and physical health. Mentally, overthinking can lead to anxiety, depression, and a host of other disorders. It can keep you awake at night, your mind racing with thoughts that refuse to quiet down. Physically, it can lead to headaches, stomach problems, and even heart disease. Yes, overthinking can literally break your heart. But it's not just about the health risks. Overthinking can steal your joy. It can make life seem like a constant struggle, a never-ending stream of worries and what-ifs. It can rob you of your peace of mind, leaving you feeling stressed and overwhelmed. The reality of overthinking is grim, but it's important to remember that it's not a life sentence. Just as you can fall into the trap of overthinking, you can climb out of it too. It might not be easy, but it is definitely possible. The first step is recognizing the problem. The next steps involve understanding why we overthink and learning practical strategies to break the cycle. Overthinking doesn't just steal your peace of mind, it can affect your overall well-being. But the good news is, you can break free from this mental trap. To stop overthinking first, you must understand why your mind resorts to this behavior. Imagine your mind as a powerful supercomputer. It's constantly processing information, making calculations, and creating solutions. But sometimes it gets stuck in a loop, overanalyzing every detail, every possibility, every potential outcome. This is overthinking. The roots of overthinking are often grounded in fear and uncertainty. We fear making the wrong choice, we fear the unknown, we fear disappointment. So we replay situations in our mind, dissecting them, hoping to find a solution, a way to control the uncontrollable. But instead of finding solutions, we often find ourselves stuck in a whirlwind of thoughts that lead us nowhere. Interestingly, overthinking is also a product of our mind's incredible ability to create and imagine. It's our mind's way of preparing us for every possible scenario, a survival mechanism that has been hardwired into our brains since the dawn of humanity. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but in our modern world where we're constantly bombarded with information and decisions, it can become overwhelming. So how can we recognize when our mind starts to overthink? Look out for these common triggers. Dwelling on past mistakes, worrying about future events, trying to predict other people's reactions, striving for perfection. These are the signs that your mind is starting to spiral into overthinking. But remember, recognizing these triggers is not about criticizing yourself or feeling guilty, it's about understanding. Understanding why your mind is behaving the way it is. Understanding that it's a natural response to stress and uncertainty. Understanding that it's your mind's way of trying to protect you. Once you start recognizing these triggers, you can begin to take control. You can start to interrupt these thought patterns, redirect your focus, and calm your overactive mind. It's not about stopping your mind from thinking, but rather about guiding it towards more productive and positive thoughts. Knowing your triggers is like having a map of the labyrinth. It's your first step towards finding a way out. Now that you understand the why, let's move on to the how. How can you stop overthinking? First and foremost, practice mindfulness. This is the art of living in the present moment, without judgment. Overthinking often comes from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. But when you're truly present, you're not giving room to these unnecessary thoughts. Mindfulness isn't just about meditation, although that's a great way to start. It's about being fully engaged in whatever you're doing right now. Whether you're washing dishes, walking in the park, or working on a project, immerse yourself fully in the experience. Next, let's talk about cognitive restructuring. This is a fancy term for changing the way you think. Often, overthinking stems from unhelpful thought patterns like catastrophizing, or always expecting the worst. Cognitive restructuring involves challenging these thoughts, asking yourself how realistic they are, and replacing them with more balanced and positive thoughts. It's like being a detective of your own mind, questioning your assumptions and beliefs. Now let's introduce a simple but powerful technique: stop. This stands for stop, take a breath, observe, and proceed. When you catch yourself spiraling into overthinking, just stop. Take a deep breath to calm your mind. Observe your thoughts without judgment, and then proceed with something that helps you feel better. It could be taking a walk, playing a musical instrument, or simply sipping a cup of tea. The key is to interrupt the cycle of overthinking and shift your focus. Of course, we can't talk about stopping overthinking without mentioning self-care. This isn't about indulgence, but about taking care of your basic needs. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating well? Are you taking time to relax and unwind? When we neglect these needs, our minds can easily tip into overthinking. So make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine. Finally, don't underestimate the power of physical activity. Exercise is not just good for your body but for your mind too. It releases endorphins, the feel-good hormones, and helps clear your mind. So whether it's a brisk walk, a yoga session, or a high-intensity workout, make sure you're moving your body regularly. These are just a few of the many ways you can tackle overthinking. Everyone is different, so find what works best for you. Experiment with different techniques and don't be disheartened if something doesn't work right away. Change takes time, and that's okay. Remember, the journey to stop overthinking is a process, not an overnight transformation. Be patient with yourself. Scene script. Words have power, and the words you tell yourself can either keep you in the labyrinth or guide you out. So let's talk about the power of positive affirmations. These are short, powerful statements that you repeat to yourself to challenge and overcome self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. They help you visualize and believe in what you're affirming to yourself, making you more positive, open-minded, and productive. Think of it this way: your mind is a fertile garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. If you plant seeds of doubt and negativity, that's what will grow. But if you plant seeds of positivity and self-belief, you'll cultivate a mindset that can overcome the overthinking trap. Now you might be wondering, what do these positive affirmations look like? Here are a few examples. I am in control of my thoughts. This affirmation reinforces your belief in your ability to manage your thoughts rather than let them control you. I choose to focus on the present. This affirmation helps ground you in the here and now, preventing your mind from spiraling into what ifs and should haves. I trust in my ability to solve problems. This affirmation boosts your confidence in facing challenges, reducing the tendency to overthink. But affirmations aren't one size fits all. They need to resonate with you personally. To create your own, start by identifying the negative thought patterns you tend to fall into. Then, write down the opposite, positive statement. Make it personal, make it positive, and make it in the present tense. Remember, affirmations are most effective when repeated regularly and believed sincerely. So incorporate them into your daily routine. Repeat them to yourself in the mirror every morning, or write them down in a journal. Let them become the soundtrack of your life. In the end, the power to stop overthinking lies within you. It starts with acknowledging that you have the power to control your thoughts, and ends with replacing the negative ones with positive affirmations. After all, your thoughts shape your reality. Choose them wisely. You have the power to break free from the trap of overthinking. The journey starts now. We've delved into the depths of the overthinking mind, explored its traps and pitfalls, and discovered the empowering strategies that can help you conquer it. The key takeaways: understand your mind, take practical steps to halt the overthinking process, and harness the transformative power of positive affirmations. But remember, knowledge alone isn't power. True power lies in action. So don't just sit there mulling over what you've learned. Start now, start small. Implement these strategies one step at a time. The path to a free mind isn't always easy, but every step you take is a step away from the labyrinth of overthinking. So, are you ready to break free? Remember, the only way out of the labyrinth is through. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content to help you on this journey.